Our next honoree, Cathy Mercado. Cathy has been an incredible advocate for positive change in our community in numerous ways, and it is with great pleasure that I invite Francie Slater to present Cathy with our second award. Francie.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Francie Slater, and it is my immense pleasure to introduce one of tonight's champions of community action, Cathy Mercado. If you don't know Cathy, you're missing out. But all I can say is I'll do my best to share a little bit about her, and hopefully you'll get the chance to learn more about Cathy from the champion herself. I first met Cathy in 2015 when she joined the staff of the Merrimack Valley Housing Partnership. I had also just joined the board of directors, and I was so inspired to hear Cathy's personal story of home ownership and how it had transformed her life. I could tell from day one that Cathy was the real deal. She was passionate and dedicated. She was an advocate for home ownership, and her motivation came straight from her heart. Since that day, Cathy has become one of my best friends and a person who I respect, look up to, and learn from every day. Cathy is not one to toot her own horn. In fact, she's the kind of person who lifts everyone around her, gaining fulfillment not from accolades and acknowledgement, but from the sheer satisfaction of doing good work. So please indulge me for a minute while I brag about Cathy. Cathy is incredibly active in the Lowell community and beyond. She serves on many boards, including the Center for Hope and Healing, Acre Family Childcare, Fortaleza, Abundant Housing Massachusetts, and Common Ground Housing. She serves on the executive committee of the Lowell Development and Financial Corporation, the Massachusetts Homeownership Collaborative, and is on the Policy Leadership Council for the Citizens Housing and Planning Association, CHAPA, for those who know. Cathy is also the co-founder of the Lowell Housing Coalition with CTI's own Carl Howell. Cathy is a HUD-certified homebuyer counselor, has certificates in nonprofit management from both Middlesex Community College and Tufts University, is a graduate of the Lowell Plan's Public Matters program, and Harvard Business School's Leads Leadership program. All of this she does on top of leading a talented team of professionals as the executive director of the Merrimack Valley Housing Partnership, a position she took on in January of 2022. Cathy's work at MVHP certainly embodies the definition of a champion of community action. She works passionately and tirelessly to create and realize home ownership opportunities for lower income individuals and families across the Merrimack Valley. Even with her impressive resume of accomplishments and credentials, it is Cathy's huge heart that guides her work. Cathy makes deep personal relationships with homebuyers, understanding the complexity of their situations, and going above and beyond her job to help people realize their dreams of home ownership. I can't tell you the number of times I've been with Cathy after work hours when she takes a call from a home buyer, or the ways she has dug into her own personal resources to be a bridge for a family to close on a dream home. It is truly remarkable. Cathy's passion for the community of Lowell and the greater Merrimack Valley comes from her long family history here. I love walking around Lowell with Cathy, especially in the Acre, and hearing stories from her childhood. Usually these stories are about people, her grandmother and grandfather, her mother and her uncles, all of her cousins and extended family that are woven into the history of the city. Cathy's deep connections to her roots here in Lowell and in Comorillo, Puerto Rico, are a source of pride and strength for her. Her culture grounds her to the brilliance, the struggles, and the accomplishments of her ancestors, and motivates her to strive for a more just and equitable world today. A passionate anti-racist and DEI advocate, Cathy has incredible knowledge of the history and context of discrimination, racism, and bias here in Lowell. She uses this knowledge, along with her own lived experiences, to be a force for justice and equity. The last thing I want to share with you about Cathy tonight is what I think she is most proud of. She is the mother of 4 amazing children. They are strong, smart, kind, and grounded people. Even with her busy schedule filled with commitments to professional and community causes, Cathy is so intentional about setting aside time and being present for her family and engaged with her children. They are her greatest source of fulfillment. I could keep talking about Cathy for so much longer, but I will spare you all and turn it over to the woman herself. It's my great honor to introduce you to my friend, Cathy Mercado.
Good evening, everyone. Buenas noches a todos. Un placer, Richard, estar en esta plataforma contigo y su familia. Un placer to be in presence of Richard and his family, as well as Stacey Thompson. What's wrong with me, girl? Hi. First of all, I think Francie went over the minutes, so I don't know how long I have. Someone give me the time stopwatch. Francie? Oh, Francie. You painted a picture? I don't know who that is, but okay. Nah, just kidding. Oh, my mom's going to represent. All right. I always write things, and everyone that knows me, they say, like, I'm like, I wrote something. I'm going to write something down, but I never say what I write down on paper. But I will say, I want to say thank you to CTI for hosting an outstanding event. Once again, last year we celebrated some fantastic leaders in our community. Bill Lipschitz, Bobby and Alexandra Tublieli, and I was like, I need to go back to the video. Did I miss someone, or was it just them 3? But if I did, I'm so sorry. This year we are celebrating, again, I'm going to address Richard Chavez. I've never personally met him, however, I shook his hand today. But I know what he has contributed to the community for many years, personally. You were one of the first lenders that spoke a different language that could help communities, long-standing businesses that you see today. And if it wasn't for you, Richard, they would not be here today. And those are the businesses. Those are the businesses when Lowell was not as hot that kept Lowell going. So thank you, Richard. I also would love to say congratulations to my dear friend Stacey, who else will be honored tonight, is an honoree tonight. Grammarly did not fix this. Stacey! I'm always true to my word. Stacey, what you have given to this community, honestly, no one can take that away from you. You deserve the respect because you are you. Like my mother that's sitting right there, Elizabeth, my mom has knowledge, always says that to me. Cathy, you are you. Don't make excuses. You are enough. You know what? The people that know you know your true heart. I want to say something, Stacey. Your story will live for as long as this world exists. Stacey, thank you is not enough. Hermana, I love you. I'm supposed to be talking about me? Let me know when the buzz is up. Let me put the grammar, like the Grammys when they stop putting the music. I know many people in this room, and you know me. And I am grateful to, I have to say this before you cut me off. I'm grateful to know you. I am grateful to know each and every one of you. Let me see, I already lost my train of thought. Thank you. Okay. I would not have been able to give back to our community without my mother, Elizabeth, who is here tonight. And I also have to put this playing with in there. Gracias, Mami. We didn't have much, but my mom always took care of the people in her community, and we really did not have anything. But she always made sure that she stood by everyone that needed help. Mami, te amo. Gracias. All right, I have to say this. To my Superman, and you know who you are, my uncle has been a detective here in the city of Lowell for over 25 years, Mr. Cathy Mercado. Thank you for guiding me my entire life since I was a baby. I am so happy that you have my Aunt Carrie who's sitting beside him, by your side to lift you up, and always has. To my grandmother, my grandfather that helped my mother raise me, because just like myself, my mom was a young teen mom just like myself. They're not here with me tonight, but my grandmother always used to say to me, when you do something for someone, you don't expect anything back in return. That was the number one rule. When you do something, you do it because you truly believe in what you're doing and you're giving back. That's why in the acre, my grandmother was the matriarch, even though she sold numbers on the side. But, you know, you have to do what you have to do to survive in these streets. With that being said, I want to say thank you again to CTI. I don't know how I got to this podium. I appreciate every one of you. Good night.
Have a seat. It's okay. Thank you. You too. You're awesome.
Come here, you. She's shaking.
Oh, she wants to take a picture of mine.
Where you taking me?
She's pulling my pants off here.
Oh my God.